On today's show, Cooper Flagg's growth shows in a big way against the San Antonio Spurs. Think about the first game he played against the Spurs, his very first game in the NBA. Things are a lot different now. Welcome. You're still locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. It's the last call for football on FanDuel. If you're a new customer, bet just $5, and you get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Joining me, the post-game prodigy from the great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. What'd you see from the Dallas Mavericks tonight, Slightly Biased?
Man, it's music, man. This
you liking it?
Funky. Yeah. Another. I mean, depending on your outlook on this whole thing, another. I mean, I just start talking, and it's just so powerful that
it just
everything
stopped.
else ceases to function. No, this is what you want: is tanking, and another one of these where Coop plays great. Several guys played great. The other team just looks a little bit better than you, and that's that. And that's what happened.
We'll talk about how the game was basically the same version of the game we've seen a bunch of times with this Mavs team, but I think it's kind of a good thing for the Mavs going forward. We'll talk about Naji Marshall, absolutely incredible. We'll talk about Max Christie, had a really good game. We'll talk about some of the two-way guys and what we think about them. But let's start here, because when last we saw the Spurs here in the American Airlines Center, it was opening night. It was the first game of the season. If you remember the excitement around that. Anthony Davis was going to be healthy. You had Dereck Lively. You had P.J. Washington. They're showing some highlights from that game, and I was like, man, think about how different that Mavs team was compared to the ones we've seen for the most of this season. And Cooper Flagg went out there, and Flagg was all right. Flagg had, 10 points, 10 rebounds. He was okay in that game. Not very good. Like, you're like, all right, well, we're not seeing a ton. Okay. But now you look at Cooper Flagg, and the game that he had tonight is a game that we've seen, over and over again. It's another game of 30 points, 32 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. Took 27 shots, 14 of 27. That's 52%. Still a good percentage. 2 of 5 from 3. 2 of 2 on the free throw line. #ethical hoops. Absolutely incredible from Cooper Flagg. And we saw his confidence, his comfortability. We saw his mid-range game. We saw the touch around the rim. We saw his ability to even score over the top of Wembanyama, which is something he didn't dare do his first game in the NBA. He was kind of like in awe, trying to figure out how he was even going to score against a guy like that. But he had a floater over him in this game. Like, it's night and day difference seeing Cooper Flagg then and now. And you got to credit Jason Kidd for those 8 games he played him at point guard slightly.
That's right. He knows what the F he's doing. Yeah, Coop is just really blossoming, and I kind of talked about this where it's just like, what if this is just who Coop is? Not 30 points every game, obviously, but that he just found this scoring touch and is like, oh, yeah, I can just drive and get to the rim and, have great touch. I'm just going to utilize that every time down the floor and shoot threes just to keep the defense, just so the defense respects that. And, yeah, it's crazy. It's the most points scored. They were saying this on the broadcast, but the most points scored by a rookie in a 4-game stretch this century. So, I think AI was the last one to score more, and that was 30 years ago at this point. So
you have to go back to 19. 19?
Yeah. The 19s, believe that or not, the ancient times. First rookie since Allen Iverson in 1997 to record 150-plus points over a 4-game span. So,
wow.
Just a remarkable scoring stretch, and to do it against this Spurs team where and what's crazy is, he was, by the standards that he has now set for himself, it was not a good first half. He had 10 points, 5 of 13. It was rough. It was like, oh yeah, Castle's really getting to him. And
he had 2 assists and 3 really bad turnovers.
Yeah, the Wemby size, clearly he's kind of hesitant to drive or get to his spots. And then the second half, 22 points, 9 of 14. Hit 2 of 4 from 3, no turnovers. Yeah, it's just, special stuff. There's really no words to describe it. And a couple of just disgusting blocks, too, where it's like, oh, that's the defensive stuff that we talked about all in the lead up to this.
The one where, and this is where we see, the FU, the mentality that he has. He gets blocked by Dylan Harper on one end, right? What was this in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left? He gets blocked on one end by Dylan Harper, runs to the other end, tracks down Keldon Johnson the whole way. I could just see him. I was watching him all the way down the lane. I was like, oh, yep, he's got him. Boom, block right off the backboard, smacked it. One of those huge blocks you talked about. Big momentum shifting play. Mavs go down the other end and score, and it was 113 to 117. It was only a 4-point game at that point. The Mavs were storming back, even though this Spurs team seemed to have it going in the first quarter. They took 12 threes in the first 6 minutes. They were on pace for 90 threes taken in this game. That obviously slowed down. They finished with 41. But the Spurs had it going. Wemby could do anything he wanted. Wemby scored the first 10 points of the game for the Spurs. But the Mavs fought back, man, and a lot of it thanks to Cooper Flagg. And we're seeing this now where I don't know if it's definitely coaching, just them looking at him and saying, hey, we need you to just score. Like, just go down there and stop looking for other guys first. Like, you need to go get your shots first, and that's the best offense for us. You just see that so much more now than you saw in his first game.
Absolutely. And it really is. It's interesting to have this fourth game of this stretch against this Spurs team where you can go back and look at that first game, and it really is night and day. Obviously, the team, like you said earlier, way different, completely different group of guys out there on the court. But, yeah, just the confidence. You know, that could be a fun little project that's going back and watching those early season Coop games where we were coming on, and it was a little bit like, I wouldn't say we were scared, but it was a little bit like, all right, like, it's okay to shoot, man. Like patting him on the back almost like, go out there and shoot. It's all good. Don't be scared. And now to watch now, he's like, yeah, I'll shoot 25 times. I don't care.
And do it efficiently.
Yeah.
I've gotten to a point where I've said he's impressive as an 18-year-old, impressive as a 19-year-old, and I'm like, no, he's actually just impressive as an NBA player. Like,
yeah. I mean, this stretch right here is definitely good for anybody.
Yeah, good for pretty much anybody in the league. On the same token, Naji Marshall, absolutely incredible. 32 points in this game, 12 of 21 from the field. He had 3 assists and hit 4 threes, tied a career high, 4 threes. Yep. And all the ones that he made were ones that he didn't think about it. I don't know how they set those up for him. But the ones where it's right against the shot clock, or the ones where there's a guy with a hand in his face, the ones that he literally can't think about are the ones that he makes. It's just, I see that over and over again with him. But I thought he was awesome. He had that play with like 4 minutes left where he drove drove down the left side, got a bump, and then leaned back and hit a jump shot with contact, didn't get the foul, but then it cut it to 1, and then he just turns around to the crowd, and he was kind of by the Spurs bench, but it wasn't to the Spurs bench, it was to the crowd. He was just like, come on, let's go, and pumped the crowd up. Like, the Mavs had a press conference before the game, Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley. We'll talk about that one in a different episode. But one of the things they said was that Max Christie and Naji Marshall specifically are players that fit perfectly with Flagg and are players that we want to be about. Like, that they are what we want to be about. Like, that Naji Marshall and Max Christie bring that. And I think Naji Marshall has been the heart and soul of this team. And just him, like, galvanizing people together and him just going to go get a bucket gives this team life. And that was a moment where I thought the Mavs got a ton of life. Yeah, I mean, he was fantastic tonight. And I do wonder, he kind of denied it in the tweet, but I do wonder if some of the trade deadline stuff, even though he wasn't in any real, like, substantial rumors, got to him a tiny bit because, I mean, he scored more points in the first half of this game than he did the last 2 games combined. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, and some of that's just missing shots and whatever. That is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, he's just he's been so good this year and taking this really, it's just he was supposed to come to this team to be this, like, 6th or 7th guy off the bench. And, you know, to be the, at times, lead ball handler and at other times second option for whoever it is out there on the floor at any given night. He's really kind of embraced this opportunity. And $9 million a year, that's what he's making now. He's going to be making way more than that in the next time he gets paid by whoever it is. And hopefully it's the Mavs. If he's shooting threes like this, he definitely will. That's that's the three ball. Yeah. I mean, with him, it's just shoot. Like, tonight, he made 4 and he shot 7. Last game, he went 1 of 5, but he shot 5. Like, that's sometimes the thing with Naji. It's like, dude, just shoot. Well, that was what Cooper Flagg was telling him. Have you seen that compilation of the multiple times in a row Naji Marshall turned down the open threes? And he's, like, trying to make the right play. Like, he's trying to, like, hey, I have an open 3, but Max Christie has a kind of open 3 too. That's a better shot. So he passes it over, and Max Christie then gets a contested 3 instead. It's like, yeah, technically, statistically, like, if you do what are the weird, like, stats broadcasts, like AWS, whatever broadcast where it shows you the percentage. Yes, the percentage of a Naji open 3 is probably less than a Max Christie contested 3. But take your threes, like, take the ones that are open for you, and take them with confidence. And who cares? At this point with this team for sure. But, like, that's a shooter's mentality. Is you gotta always just take the next one and expect to make it. Yeah, that's right. Especially if you're open. Naji Marshall, Cooper Flagg, absolutely incredible. Tied, both 32 points, tied for a team high. 60 of 120 points. They had half of the Mavs' points in this game. Yeah, and it's not like, 120 for this Mavs group is really good. So their offense has been kind of doing something for me lately. Yeah, their defense has completely fallen Correct.
apart, but you know, we can't have everything. There's a reason they're 19 and whatever.
Well, Chris Middleton will fix that.
That's right. Oh, man. That's going to be really weird.
Coming up, let's talk about Max Christie. He had a good game. Let's talk about some of the moves the Mavs made. Let's talk about how this game ended. More things like that to come. Coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by DoorDash. The season is heating up. The playoffs are right around the corner. Play-in is happening. You're going to want to watch a lot of NBA games. You got the big game coming up this Sunday for football. DoorDash is a way to keep fans in their bag the entire way through. Whether you're watching highlights, the tunnel fits, or your favorite player, DoorDash makes the entire season more fun for you because when a player has their bag with DoorDash, fans have one too. DoorDash keeps your snacks stocked, your gear fresh, and your watch party vibes absolutely on point. Those late-night interview hits, and suddenly you need chips at midnight, DoorDash can deliver that for you. They can do all kinds of things. You can get stuff delivered. I just sometimes like scrolling through it and just be like, what could I get right now? Like, what sounds good? Well, other thing I like about DoorDash, lots of pictures. Lots of pictures of food. That's what you want to see. From tip-off to overtime, stay in your bag and order on DoorDash. From snacks, drinks, gear, whatever gets you through the season, delivered right to your door. DoorDash in your bag all season long. Also brought to you by Quo. Business, communication, thoughts, synergy, all kinds of things happening for your business. But are they all happening streamlined? Are they all designed to do the thing that you want them to do? Sometimes not. You need to streamline your communication. You need to have everybody on the same page because if they're not, you're not going to get any of those things done. Quo, Q-U-O, the smarter way to run your business communications because when your team is reachable, organized, and communicating in one place, you're not just working cleaner. You're creating more opportunities to connect with more customers, and isn't that what we all want to be doing? Your whole team can call and text from one shared business number so nothing ever gets missed, and it works right from your phone or computer, so you can even keep your existing number, which is awesome. It's no surprise. Quo is the #1 rated phone business system on G2, trusted by more than 90,000 businesses from solo operators to growing teams. Make this year the year where no opportunity and no customer slip away. Try Quo and get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to quo.com/LockedOnNBA. QUO, quo.com/LockedOnNBA. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers.
Shut it down! Oh, no! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every day. Shout out to everybody that I met tonight. So many Mavs fans came and said hi to me in section 123. Shout out to Denver from Tampa. I didn't meet you tonight, but your friend wanted me to shout you out. He reminded me 8 times, and I guess it takes 8 times because they say in marketing it takes 7 times to remember something. And so usually I forget about shout-outs, but shout out to Denver. Shout out to my guy I met from Australia, New Zealand, came all the way here, has seen the last 5 Mavs games, and he's like, I've seen a lot of good Coop, but I haven't seen a win. And I was like, yeah.
We'll take that.
You know what? That's what it is right now. Shout out. And shout out to my guy Jordan, who I met tonight too, who was one of my friends that came.
Has he seen the last 5 Mavs games?
Yeah. He's
a lot of times. Saw a legendary, a historic Cooper stretch.
Incredible Cooper stretch. I mean, amazing.
That's all you'll remember. You won't remember the wins or losses.
And shout out to my guy Clayton that I met tonight too. Man, I'm remembering all the names tonight.
Yeah, good for you, man. Look at you.
All right. We're talking about the Mavs. We're talking about the game against the what was this team? The Spurs. There was so many Go Spurs. There was so many Go Spurs Ghost chants in the section I was in. A lot of MVP chants for Wemby. That's a tough one. That's the thing that hurts the most when your team is tanking. It's just like the other fans, like you have nothing to say to them. It's just gonna happen.
Well, it's also like, weren't you telling me before we went live last game that there was a Celtics fan that was waving bye to all the fans walking out the stadium?
With like 5 minutes left when the game was pretty much out of reach, everybody started leaving, and this one guy stood up in his section, and he's like, bye. He's like waving at all the people.
Yeah, I told Nick I'd have been like, see ya, dude. I mean, what do you
Yeah,
we know. We're terrible. Like,
I'm leaving. You may not be from here. Do you know the traffic here is bad after games? Like, you know how long it's going to take you to get to wherever you're trying to go.
You need to know where the Uber drop-off and pickup spots are or something?
Oh, my gosh. Not around this stadium, that's for sure.
No.
Max Christie, I thought, also had a really good game. 20 points. Only 2 of 8 from 3. He's kind of just been – we've only just kind of really talked about him as a three-point guy. But 2 of 8, that means he was 5 of 7 from 2. And he was hitting tough ones. And I think that's the development of his game I get the most excited about. A couple of and ones, too, where he's just finishing through contact. One of them, like this rip-through move against Harrison Barnes where you're just like, yes, those are the type of moves where you just need to take a dribble in, drive against somebody, find a spot, like pull up. He's got to attack closeouts. His confidence has grown so much in that area, and I love what I saw from Max Christie tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that is pretty noticeable when you watch him. And I wonder how much of it is something that they emphasized or how much of it is just like, wow, we're just missing so many guys that some people are going to have to up their shot diet. But, yeah, his shot diet is just so much more difficult. And I view that as a good thing. Like, sometimes you wouldn't look at that as a good thing. But for him and his development, I like the fact that he's taking some tougher threes. He's, creating for himself inside the arc. Like, those are all things that are great for his continued development. He clearly has something there. Like, there's obviously stuff to that for him that the Mavs in the next 2 or 3 months need to explore as much as possible. So, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with a tough shooting game like this for him from 3 at least.
And he was efficient too. Like,
yeah,
if you're gonna miss like that, you got to make somewhere else, and he did. He made it count. The Mavs made it a 1-point game with that Naji bucket that I mentioned with like 4 minutes left.
Clutch
And then I think there was 2 things that happened right after that changed the whole tenor of this game. Gafford, really bad foul on a rebound against Wembanyama with 3:10 left. That was a tough one where he grabbed his arm.
You're bearing the lead a little bit there. Was that the one right after he got blocked?
Where Gafford got blocked? Gafford had the one where he got blocked was just – that was one of the worst decisions I've seen a Maverick make this season.
Wemby is always good. But I do want to say Gafford was good. Gafford has been playing well, and he was good tonight.
He was. It was that mistake, though, that I think was sent him the wrong way at the end of this game. And then 3:01, like right after that, Caleb Martin fouls Wemby in the lane. He gets 2 free throws, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's a 6-point game. You go, man, like that just completely took the wind out of our sails. And the Mavs, they only scored 2 more points the whole rest of the game after that Naji bucket.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I hate coming on here and doing this because, this isn't the Dallas Cooper Flags. This is the Dallas Mavericks. But with how Cooper
it's really hard for you to say that when his picture is like looming over your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they might be the Dallas Cooper Flag. But no, Coop just didn't get a touch for like 3 straight minutes there or something like that. It felt like, and it was just like, why? What's going on here? But yeah, I mean,
he scored the only 2 points. 241. He got Devin Vassell on his hip, drove left on the side of the, on the left side floater. It was 121, 125, and they just never scored again.
Yeah, and I mean, that kind of goes back to, hey, maybe Tyus Jones helps captain this offense a little bit late, but they still just don't really have that guy where it's just like, okay, obviously with Luka, they had this, game's close, give him the ball and get out the way. And to a lesser extent, Kyrie Irving too, which when Kyrie comes back, I'm sure that will be all right, it's a 2-point game with 3 minutes left, Kyrie has the ball. And whatever happens, Kyrie's dictating what happens. So they don't really have that guy yet. And, you hope Coop develops into that, but I don't think he has, and this is just true for any rookie in the entire NBA, no matter how good you are. Like, you immediately don't have, your teammates have been in the league for, years upon years upon years. So you have to earn that trust, which I think is fair.
That's true. I think at this point he should have gotten that trust.
No, I know. I mean, I agree, but again, it's just different dynamic. Coop could shoot 50 times for all I care. Like, seriously.
You who just said it's not the Dallas Cooper Flags.
I mean, it's. Let's just be real. It's a big reason why we're all tuning in.
Let's be real. One of my friends came and watched the game. He's not a Mavs fan, and after the game, he goes, "What happened with Klay? Is Klay washed?" I was like, "Oh no, Klay 20 minutes,
shooting game.
2 of 8." It was one of those games where he just didn't have it, and the Spurs have so many like athletic guards that could just stick with him. Like that's just a hard ask for Klay.
Yeah, and I thought some of his looks were good, but the thing with these 3-point shooters, and especially like Klay, where maybe peak Klay, sort of like some of the Max Christie stuff we were just talking about, where there's some possessions where it's like, oh, nice, nice turnaround jumper there at the free throw line. Like Klay now is just like, I'm shooting threes. Right, so if the three's not dropping, and it can be a volatile shot, then there's just not a lot going on.
He tried a bunch of those like mid-range jump shot 2s at the beginning of the season, and they were all bad. And then he just didn't again, which is probably good.
Yeah, it does feel like almost all of his shots are threes now.
Do you think Ryan Nembhard played any part of this game thinking about the Mavs just acquired Tyus Jones and is going to replace me? He played 17 minutes, took 9 shots. Felt like he was a little more aggressive than normal. 5 points, 7 assists, Only had 1 turnover.
I don't know.
It's got to be a tough one. You're like, all right, they're bringing in another small point guard.
Especially you're already fighting for your NBA life.
I think the Mavs are going to get Nembhard on a contract. I think it's going to be Nembhard and not Moussa Cisse, but we'll see.
Can they not do both?
They could do both, but they'd have to either waive Middleton, which Mark Stein reported that Middleton may stay with the Mavs, or Bagley. Like, you got to waive somebody. They have too many players on the roster now for them to sign both of them. They'd have to get rid of somebody.
Hey, how about this? I just saw this pop up. Someone just said this in my Discord. 27 years ago today, Dirk Nowitzki, NBA debut.
Wow.
0 points.
And the world was
points.
never the same.
2 points and 0 rebounds. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, soft.
I mean, he just was not a very good rookie. Like, that's just crazy.
Well, he didn't think halfway through Dirk's rookie season, he thought about like going back. He was like, I'm not going to make it here. Like, there's just no way. He didn't know his car had air conditioning in it. They had to tell him his car had air conditioning.
Anytime I think about that man, a smile just hits my face.
I was thinking about him earlier because I was watching Flagg hit some mid-range jumpers, and I was thinking about Paige Beckers and Flagg, and I was like, man, Paige Beckers is an incredible mid-range jump shooter. I was like, I hope Dallas basketball fans really love mid-range jumpers because those guys are incredible at it. And I was like, hold on, wait, they had Dirk for 20 years.
Mm-hmm. And then Luka's great at it, too.
I hope they still love mid-range jumpers is what I hope.
I'm trying to think of the guy's immediate smile on my face. I think of Mavs history. Dirk, obviously.
Dirk.
Marquise Daniels, obviously.
Jason Terry.
Jet, smile for sure, but then going to the Rockets and stuff, end of career, was just kind of like, come on, bro. Not them. But yeah, he does. Weirdly, Monte. I mean, I just love Monte.
Monte Ellis have it all.
Yep. Too much Monte.
Does Tony Romo, the Maverick?
Yeah.
Not the Cowboy, but the Maverick?
Tony Romo, did I tell you that whenever I was sitting at the game a couple nights ago, he walked by?
Yes.
So I said, hey, Tony, love you. And he didn't look at me. I was like, that's
he
cool,
knew who
you don't have.
He knew who you were. He didn't want to bother you.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Or no, he disagreed with some of my takes. He's like, man, I really just disagree with your.
No, I'm not. I don't know, Jim. I think Slightly may be onto something with this one.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
No, but I was like, Tony, you don't even have to look my way, man. That's all right.
What did you think of the Tyus Jones move?
Really interesting that, like, I mean, not to
no
be
picks.
Picky. Yeah, I was about to say the Hornets got 2 first-round picks for taking his contract, and the Mavs were like, hey.
I think they were seconds. They were seconds.
2
right?
second-round picks. What did I say? First-round picks? My bad.
Yeah, I was like, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy. 2 second-round picks to take on this contract, and the Mavs were like, we'll take him. we'll happily have him. Yeah, I'm interested to see what. Apparently, they've loved him and have wanted him for years, and he's been one of the worst rotation players in the league this year, and in and out that rotation too. But just one of the worst players in the league. So we'll see. I mean,
buy low. They're buying low. They're taking a flyer.
Low, right.
He's only on for the rest of the year. What if he's terrible? Then they won't sign him again for next year. I mean, it's a tryout. Isaac thinks it's more than a tryout, but I think it's just a tryout for him.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. But I saw. I tweeted this stat out earlier that I just pulled up because there's some similar skill sets with him and Nembhard, right? And Coop's stats this year are just significantly better when he shares a floor with Nemby. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the logic, and then on top of that, it has been a difficult year for some of these guys that do need to be set up a little bit more. So bringing on another guy who just can captain an offense could be beneficial.
He played 45 games with Gafford when they were with the Wizards.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
So there's some time, there's some time
help
there.
Out Gaff pretty significantly.
Gafford, Musa, Dwight Powell, like all those guys could use
Saturday. I wanted to warn Mavs fans. Saturday's gonna be kind of crazy. It's
because
gonna feel really weird.
All the new guys are playing.
Yeah, there's gonna be 5 new guys on the team.
Yeah, you got Tyus Jones, AJ Johnson, Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley in a Mavericks uniform is gonna look weird. That's gonna look so weird.
Who do you think Who do you think plays?
I think if Middleton's gonna stay, I think he's gonna play because I think Kid will just play him, right? Like Middleton and Klay playing together is gonna be also weird.
Middleton and Tyus will play.
Tyus will play, I bet.
Bagley's sneaky one of your best centers on the team, so I think
Bagley was pretty good.
Bagley's carved out a nice little career for himself.
Yeah.
I would say AJ Johnson, who I know everyone's the most excited about, probably is more of a.
Well, if Brandon Williams doesn't play, and they could just save Ryan Nembhard one of these games on a 2-way.
Are you like amped about him?
Who? AJ Johnson?
Yeah, AJ Johnson.
I'm amped to see him in transition with these Mavs because these Mavs do get out in transition, and that's something AJ does really well.
Yeah.
His shot does look good. We haven't seen it in the NBA, but he was only a first-round pick 2 years ago, and he's been in 2 situations with the Bucks, which was weird. And the Bucks' development has not been very good for any of these young guys, except for I guess Ryan Rollins. And then, he went to the Wizards. So it's two stops with not great track records for development. So there's some time, but I'm excited to see him throw down some dunks.
Yeah, crazy.
He can do that. He can do that.
Crazy athlete. That'll be fun.
But if that's going to be my full endorsement in him, then I'm not asking for a lot.
Well, I mean, let's just be honest. Like the stuff we've seen so far through his career isn't very encouraging.
No. Well, and even he decided not to go to college. Like he backed out at the last minute, and then he went to the NBL and played in Australia and didn't really play much there. And so we don't really have a lot there. We don't really there's not a lot with his Bucks career, not a lot with his Wizards career. Like we're just trying to figure out, all right, how do you stick? What's your game? And he still has to put on weight. That's another thing that coming out of the draft. I was reading one of the no ceilings pieces on him, and they're like he's like 160 pounds. You're like, okay,
yeah.
That's a really tough thing if you're a guard like that. And he's got size. He's 6'5".
Yeah, I mean 6'5", 160 is crazy.
I know.
It's kind of weird because when you watch him, it doesn't look like he's that small.
He's got kind of broadish shoulder. Well,
yeah.
He also just jumps really high.
I mean, a 21-year-old athlete is always, you take stabs at those guys.
Yeah. Their development, it's all tryouts and development pieces. So there's at least some interesting things for us to watch the rest of the season. AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley's only 26, by the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually think there's a pathway, depending on what you do in the summer with certain guys. I think there's a pathway for just Bagley's just here as a backup big.
He takes the Dwight Powell spot.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, this team's going to need bigs. I hope they realize that moving forward, that it might be nice to have just like 3, right? And don't break the bank for any, because if you keep Gafford in the summer, obviously Lively's a part of your future plans. You take that risk because he's so impactful and good. Yeah, but I mean, I'll ride with Lively until a leg gets cut off. Like, that's how impactful that guy is at playing.
You see
basketball.
him walking on those crutches?
Yeah, man, my heart breaks for him. I hope he can. I really do hope he can just like carve out a career at this point. You know, like it's wishful thinking to think he could turn into a guy who plays 70 games every year. But can we just be out there? You know,
I know.
50 or 60 games a year. Can we just get to that point?
I mean, I'm rooting for him as hard as anybody.
Yeah, me too, because he's a very good and impactful player. But yeah, I mean, I think Bagley is somebody who, assuming he stays, I can't imagine they'd buy him out.
Well, so if we're talking about guys that they could buy out to make space for Nembhard or Musa, it's Middleton, Bagley, or Tyus Jones, right?
I mean,
or Brandon Williams.
I don't know. I don't know what their future plans are, but I'd rather hold on to Bagley if I think I can bring him back next year, because I think he's like an actual NBA rotation player.
Yeah.
So I'd rather hold on to him, and I really have a hard time imagining Chris Middleton's on this team for the.
I can't either.
It doesn't really make sense.
But what if there's not a lot of interest throughout the rest of the league?
Yeah, there might not be. And somebody made a good point to me where it was like, well, since he was making $30 million, like there's a good amount of teams that cannot sign him.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of the restrictions with being in the second apron.
Yeah.
Or first.
Yeah, even first apron teams can't sign him, can they?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess there's only like 3 now, right? Isn't it just Knicks, Cavs, and there's one more that Bobby Marks pointed out.
Yeah, the trade deadline has now become
Warriors.
Trade deadline, you get all your work done, like you do the big trades in the lead up, and then the day of, it's like, all right, we need to shed $3 million now, and within the next 2 hours, get on the phones.
Did you see Jock Landale's game tonight? This is so random.
Yeah, it is really. I like Amazon just started playing the Bulls game too earlier, and it was like the Bulls are hilarious to watch with all these guys that are like
they're guards,
brand new. And then Mac McClung was out there too. I was like,
dude,
oh my God.
This Bulls team, there's so many random things. But I saw Jock Landale's stat line, and I was like, what? He had 26 points, 11 boards, 5 assists, 4 blocks.
Yep.
Hit 5 threes.
I feel like he's liable for like a game like this every now and then.
That's an incredible stat line.
Who's like going to be the weirdest player to see on a new team where you're like, oh. I mean, AD in the Wizards jersey.
The AD in the Wizards jersey was weird looking. I mean, that was like.
Especially if he gets shut down, him and Trey don't play a game. That opening night next year is going to be bizarre.
Trey and Kristaps Porzingis in a Warriors jersey is going to be weird too.
I feel like KP's been on teams where their jerseys are like close enough.
But it's like the Warriors, you know? It's like standing next to Steph.
AD with a Wizards jersey, man. Harden in a Wizards jersey?
That one, that's destiny right there.
That might make me emotional.
I did see a Hardy edit on TikTok the other day. It was like a sad, like, did you make that one?
Yeah, that was me. That's like during the Luka protest last year. Everyone was like, bring back Maxey. I'm like, okay, all right, guys. Like, step too far.
He could get bought out. We'll see. He's got an expiring contract.
See, Harden in a Cavs jersey, I feel like that might look normal-ish for some weird reason.
That's going to be weird to me.
He's bounced around so much. It's like, yeah.
True.
Darius Garland in a Clipper jersey,
Yeah, fine.
AD in a Wizards one. Imagine showing someone that a couple years ago.
Like, what happened to the world?
I was looking at the Mavs new roster. I was like, imagine showing someone this like before opening day last season.
At the NBA Finals?
Yeah, just like this is what the Mavs. I mean, you would assume, Luka demanded a trade, and they traded him for the #1 overall pick.
Yeah, right. Like, you got flagged because of it.
And we just put the hand on the shoulder, like, yeah, that's it.
You think that? You keep thinking that, right? Like, well.
Because then you're like, no, AD was here, then he's actually not on the team anymore.
Go check. Well, then they know Max Christie's on the team, and you're like, wait, what happened there?
Yeah.
Go check out Slightly Biased YouTube channel. Great stuff happening there. Also on Haymaker, and we'll have more episodes for you breaking down the Mavs trade deadline, the games. We'll have a game post-game against the Spurs in the away game, so go check that out. Also check out our Supercast, LockedOnMavericks.supercast.com for the ad-free episodes of this show. You can subscribe to that. Use the code MovingOn. Peace out. Boom.